Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of The Breakdown with the TBD team, okay?
I'm Lauryn, creative director of TBD.
And I'm Soledad, and I am the editor of TBD.
So for this episode of The Breakdown, we thought that we'd go over some of our past shoots from our old editions. Some of you guys are new, some of you aren't. But TBD started as a print magazine where we showcase artists and, create these worlds, make these great shoots. And we just thought that we'd sit down and kind of explain how we went about it, our inspirations, all that.
But let's get into it.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about the very first issue. Came out in August 2022, which is crazy, like almost 2 years ago. But we're gonna focus on the shoot that we did with Psycho. It was the cover shoot. Honestly, it was like the feature story of the issue. It's kind of what started.
Yes.
TBD was this shoot.
So I'm gonna take on a little interview role here because I think that it's important to also highlight, I guess, like what Lauryn just said, right? Like the start of TBD definitely was the Psycho shoot. And if y'all are not familiar, Psycho is a multidisciplinary artist. They are based in Chicago. Incredible artist, incredible person. And we had the opportunity to work with an awesome team of creatives and go to Chicago, which was our first official TBD trip, which was really awesome. That we literally hauled ass and went to fucking Chicago and did an amazing fucking shoot. Lauryn, tell us a little bit about, in general, like your creative direction and like what you were trying to go for, or I guess let's talk about that direction. Let's talk about what you saw.
Oh God. This kind of happened really organically for us. Me and my friend Danny were talking about, I was telling them about, this magazine, and I think their friend had just visited Emily, the photographer, Emily Gonzalez. So I just met her and we're talking about the shoot, and Danny was just like, why don't you shoot with Emily? And I was like, okay, because they're in Chicago, and I feel like that's kind of what got us to go to Chicago specifically. She kind of helped navigate that scene and see who we're gonna shoot with, which ended up being Psycho. Like that's like the kind of the leading up to.
Yeah.
It's not the direction. But
No, you're good. But yeah, so
not what you asked, but
no, the journey to the shoot and into the work that was done. So I guess we can talk about the issue itself and then go into the shoot. Because I think that something that's really important for us is that all of our stories in each issue are intentionally chosen and crafted to fit our intentions specifically. And I think that for the self issue, which is our first issue, we really had a intention to have authenticity as a center, and really kind of grow upon wanting to feature artists, specifically BIPOC artists, in our community, in the US or internationally, really, and have a space that not only reflected their creativity, but also like opened the door for, this is what TBD is, and I'm kind of rambling, but really wanting it to be a space of collaboration. And I think this was like quite literally our introduction into wanting to start doing that. And so
I guess aesthetically, Psycho already had this really like red through line through all of their work.
Right.
And I think we just kind of played on that, and I just wanted to do something a little bit like grungy. I feel like I'll think of probably like a makeup look and think, okay, like what can I do around that? We did this like smoky but glossy.
It's very oil spill inspired.
Yes, exactly.
I remember the oil spill vibes. Yes.
So that kind of got us into like the colorway of the whole thing, like kind of keeping it more dark.
Very much connecting to, I guess, their own essence as an artist, making like sure that the work that is being reflected is not a reflection of TBD, but a reflection of who is being shown. And I think that that is a very intentional choice, specifically editorial wise, to kind of just like really want to like flow in that symbiosity, if that is a word, which it is. But yeah.
Because even I would say a lot of their work is like these like abstract shapes and like kind of almost eyelid shapes, and especially like during this time they had a lot of those eyelid kind of cutouts and stuff like that. So like even in the clothes you can see like this kind of, it's not cutouts, but it's like still, you got a structured corset, but then you also have like these sleeper moments in like the tights and the shirt, and yeah, that's so like, yeah, I was thinking about that shirt. Yeah,
no, but it's good, but it's what it is, you know. To give you all a little, there were 3 looks, and completely like there were 3 looks for the entire shoot. There was a full red look that was absolutely stunning. We had the corset look.
I'm pretty sure this is like a custom made jacket for Psycho. I think it's by like Angelo Numa, something like that.
Yes. A very dope designer.
Chicago as well.
So I guess let's also talk about, especially like when it comes to styling, because you did the styling for the shoot as well.
Yeah.
Let's get into that and talk a lot, yes, but talk about the different looks that were featured. You know, if there's any artists that you collaborated with when it comes to like the pieces that you chose, like any designers that you featured, like you just mentioned. And yeah, really the moods and the shits.
All the issues really, it's like us just connecting with who we can, our community, you know. Where can we pull from, like, you know, different people around as locally as possible. The first look, we got this corset is made by Brianna Monet. I actually went to high school with her and she still designs really dope clothes, and you guys should check her out.
Yes.
But I feel like she kind of started out making these corsets to the slightest of keys. I feel like she made it for this shoot. I can't exactly remember, but that's how I feel in my soul.
Yes.
Is actually made for the shoot. I think a lot of her corsets at the time had straps up, but this one was a strapless one. So yeah, we kind of collaborated on that. The skirt is a skirt made by Nautica Day with Deconstructed, also one of my close friends. This was custom made for this shoot.
To me, very grungy office siren.
Yes, exactly that.
Yes, very
Pretty
grungy
much.
office siren.
You know, this look is lucky. Grungy office siren.
No, it is so cute. And the nails.
The sheer shirt underneath the corset. I got this from, not intentionally for the shoot, but I did get it from House of Sassine, which is just kind of a crazy full circle moment because we like have actually worked with House of Sassine so many times at this point.
And this was the first one.
Yeah, this was the first one. Like, I just bought this shirt from them, just like, you know, I liked it personally. I guess basically from my personal closet. But I still feel like in some ways it's like, you know, Sassine curated this and then I got possession of it and then I used it. So it feels like just like the start of that.
No, the universe.
The collaboration.
Yes, truly.
And then these tights were literally on Soledad's legs, like literally we were like,
took them off.
We need tights. Okay. Like, take them off.
We're working with what we got. And that's what it is. That's
Literally.
what it always is.
And Psycho hand-painted these red shoes.
Yes.
The second look we did, it was this red satin dress. And this is also from my personal closet. I think these tights on the arms are from Soledad's closet. Right?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, I had so many tights. I think I had a tight moment.
Yeah.
I did.
And the last one, like we were talking about, I feel like at the time this was kind of a uniform for Psycho as far as I could tell on their Instagram and everything like that. And it was just nice to have like a Chicago designer in there because I feel like we pulled from Baton Rouge designer, Baton Rouge curator, you know, so then we got that Chicago touch. I think this top is also a custom top made for Psycho that they had brought.
I love the all red look. I feel like it's one of my
It's
one of my favorites. With the collar chains and everything, like it just encompasses their energy so beautifully. I think it's really dope when you see like good styling that not only you see where somebody feels comfortable, but they also feel like, I feel like it kind of like, once again, it's tailor-made to their energy, to their vibe. And I think that this shoot definitely like put an emphasis on that, on like collaboration, put an emphasis on like, and I think we do this through all of our shoots, but like really focusing on like who we are featuring and like having them be at their best.
Speaking of featuring who we're featuring, can you tell us a little bit more about the editorial side of this, interviewing with Psycho, and just that whole conversation?
I really love this interview. I feel like, once again, this was one of the first ones. And I feel like this really solidified so much for us, especially for me at the editorial side. I think that the conversation that I was able to have with them was really beautiful, very insightful, not only into their life, but also to their work, which obviously those things are interconnected. And earlier, as Lauryn was mentioning some of their artwork during that time, like we got to talk about themes of love, home, heartbreak, connection, and dissonance, and, layered in many ways. Like, they are a queer Asian artist who has dealt with, multiplicity of experiences. And I think that being able to talk to them more deeply about that and learn more about their experience and their life was wonderful. I think it is very beautiful to be able to talk with somebody who, like Psycho is certainly good. Psycho is not only a multimedia artist, but they're also a poet and a writer, and get to talk to somebody who not only is able to put their experience and emotions into a physical form, but also into a written form. So it was a beautiful interview. We just were able to talk about life and also just their work.
I feel like nowadays we do a lot of more local things, but I think this shoot, I feel like as it was our first, it's kind of interesting because it's like almost a testament to what we know TBD will grow into at some point.
Right.
Getting a taste of different scenes and, learning how to get that glimpse and get that kind of raw look into different underground artists and
Yes, agree 100% to that. I think it's literally a testament to that work, and just really, like, once again, being very intentional with the conversations being had, and like at least on the editorial side, and knowing, like, coming into like really having a conversation with somebody, like, and I think that that's something that really sets apart, I guess, the documentation work that we look to do, or that individually and collectively, and yeah, I think that it solidified a lot of like the documentary work that we were already wanting to get into, and this was definitely like that fire that said, fuck yes, this is it, and let's do it.
It was shot in my sister's bathroom.
Yes.
In Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, it just kind of came together. So
no, it
came together really fast,
yeah,
to be honest, and I feel like probably we thought about it, and then the next week or two we were like
ready to go.
Like, all right, we're going to Chicago.
Yup. And it was great. I just remember too, like, there was like just like thoughts, tidbits from the shoot and stuff, like all of us being together. But not only that, like, I think there was like at some point where we were like, we needed some extra lights, and like I literally ran like probably like 15 blocks down, like in downtown Chicago. My phone died and I had to go to a corner store, like, but just in general, like thinking about shit like that, and I'm like, wow, that's so crazy. Like, this is literally, I don't know, it shows so much of where we are now, and like it feels really good being from the South, me from the Caribbean, not, can't claim to say the southern parts of the United States, but quite literally from the South. It's just different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and different in not any particular way, but I think that getting to touch into the underground scene in Chicago was really incredible, because there are some incredible artists that are based out of Chicago, and I don't know, like, people talk about New York, but bitch, Chicago, shit's pretty nice. Exactly. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
This has been the breakdown with the literal TBD team.
Yep. So thank you guys for watching, for joining us into our little breakdown, and we'll see you guys at the next one.
Bye.